Hey there, you're listening to 10 Films I Hate About You, the podcast where we watch The Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3 and decide whether or not to keep them. I am here with my partner, Kevin.
You made it sound like this podcast is just for Karate Kid.
Well, we do other trilogies too. We just haven't
The
got to them
podcast
yet.
that we just watch Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3 every season.
There is a podcast that does that. What's that podcast?
Yeah, I know.
No, I can't remember the name of that podcast.
Yeah, it used to be on my list.
What movie did they watch over?
I completely forgot. Like, obviously they probably won't be listening to this, but
Yeah, true. But we could do that with The Karate Kid.
no. No.
That's an adamant no.
No.
Anyway, this is the third installment of our first trilogy in our 10 Films I Hate About You Season 2. Very exciting. So we are therefore watching The Karate Kid 3 today, and I could not be more excited. You know, Karate Kid 1, Daniel went to a local karate competition. Karate Kid 2, Daniel went to Japan. Karate Kid 3, space. I don't know. What's next?
If he goes to space,
Space karate.
it might just turn this thing around.
Good. That's what I'm
Look.
hoping for. Space karate could be amazing. I would watch that.
Go ahead.
I think I'd have to write the script first, and I'm not sure if it exists.
You've caught me off guard here. I
Okay.
just woke up, and it probably sounds like I just woke up. I think you're trying to see if I changed my mind.
Disorient you before
Yeah.
we begin.
Fresh from the bed.
Yeah, well, throwing back to season 1 when we looked at Barbie and the Rock Stars, remember how they took their world peace rock concert into outer space? Maybe this is going to be a similar thing. Maybe karate is going to, become the catalyst for world peace in outer space. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yep.
But let's-
A combat sport for world peace. Excellent.
Well, as
Take
you
that,
know,
UN. We solved world peace.
karate is about defense, as Mr. Miyagi always says. So, there you go. Shall we read the blurb?
Go ahead. We're already here.
All right. The Karate Kid Part 3 brings the saga to a close.
That's a lie.
So
The bald-faced lie.
Oh,
There's
my
Hilary
goodness.
Swank.
Yeah, there is Hilary Swank. And then Jaden Smith.
No, we don't talk about that one.
Okay, all right.
You know, I'll give this some breathing room, this one, but
I have
not
been
that one.
informed by
It's Kung Fu.
Chan Star.
It's Kung Fu.
Yeah,
It's
that is
Jackie
Kung-
Chan.
Yeah. Anyway, The Karate Kid Part 3 brings the saga to a close, asterisk, as teacher and student now face each other as man to man. There's one last battle to fight, one last lesson to learn, and all the big screen excitement that makes this one of the most beloved movies ever. That's so exciting.
Number 3,
I-
the most beloved movies.
To be fair, I accidentally left out a word, but I was hoping that it might get you more excited. I left out series, the most beloved movie
So you
series.
lying to me now.
I immediately confessed my lie.
If this was scientific research, you just completely botched it.
There is another lie in here, though, and that is the fact that there's...
It's the most enjoyable movies.
No. There is one more
Sorry,
lesson
lovable.
to learn. Mr. Miyagi never tells one lesson. Karate Kid 2 had a lesson, I think, every 7 minutes. I think those are real stats. Like, if you watch that thing back, there are proverbs,
Proverbs.
and like sayings, idioms, adages everywhere. Mr. Miyagi, so wise. Some of them he's making up on the spot, some of them he's quoting. He doesn't cite his sources. Anyway,
He doesn't cite his sources.
yeah, well, he claims that his family invented karate and franchised it, so... Well, not the franchise part. That's the part I made
He
up.
franchised it, yep. There's 50 million stores worldwide for karate.
Yeah. Anyway, we are about to watch The Karate Kid 3. You may want to go ahead and watch it, because when we
No.
come back, Kevin is going to spoil it. And as the DVD blurb says, it's one of the most beloved movie series ever. So you don't want this thing spoiled. You want to experience it firsthand.
It's like 30 years old. Is it 30 years old?
It could still be the most beloved ever. There are old movies that are very beloved. The Wizard of Oz. The Sound of Music. Both of those are always on TV.
It doesn't mean it's beloved.
Wow. Kevin, you sound cranky today. Like, I want to pump up your spirits, so I've got great chances for keeping
Didn't
this
even
trilogy.
cook me breakfast.
Yeah.
Just straight to it.
Yep.
Straight out of the bedroom and like, sit down.
Yep.
We're gonna watch Karate Kid.
Yes. 3.
Ugh.
Go ahead and watch this. You will not regret it. Asterisk.
Everyone, we cannot start because
Okay, look, we're back. We're back. I'll lead with that. I'm lost for words.
well,
because
she's brought out a beer. Let's be honest. There's a beer in her hand.
yeah. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Karate Kid 3 has driven me to a red horse. I'm not going to say driven me to the drink. It's not that extreme, but yes, I've cracked a beer and it's midday. Look, I'm just going to start by saying
Red Horse is a Filipino beer, by the way.
it is.
It's quite strong.
It is. I'm going to start. I'm not
Stronger than the Crane Kick.
Please drink responsibly. I am not condoning drinking right now. I'm in mourning because I realize right now that
She lost the fight! She's lost the fight!
in order to keep Karate Kid 1 and 2, I now have to defend Karate Kid 3, which seems an impossible task. So, to all the lovers of Karate Kid 1 and 2 out there, look, I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best, but I may also end up arguing against myself, and I apologize for that in advance. I don't know what else to do. Man, this podcast has gotten depressing. Yep. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it. We just watched the Karate Kid 3. It was a wonderful time.
Was it?
No, it really wasn't. No, but I'm gonna just roll with this. It was a wonderful time. We should definitely keep this box set of trilogy Karate Kid films.
You regret you say that.
Yeah, I do. Immediately. Karate Kid 3 has changed.
I literally... Well, they recapped it for us at the start again. You know, they did it previously on the last movie thing.
Yeah, but
Which
they skipped...
they skipped number 2.
Yeah.
They fully skipped number 2 because I thought... I'm jumping right into it because we're going to talk about the... I'm not going to say nuances because it's not really nuanced. It's quite out there
Oh, gosh.
of how bad this film is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Podcast over. She agreed. It's on record.
I'm probably going to do that several times, but somehow I'm still going to fight for it because I think I want to keep Karate Kid 2 specifically. But the others, they can go. But the problem is 3, as we established in our first episode, it's a disc with 2 sides, and 3 is on the other side of 2. Which means if I keep 2,
You keep 3.
I have to keep 3, and I never want to see 3 ever again.
Yeah, alright. Well,
But it's great!
gosh, she's taken one sip and she's turned into Mr. Miyagi in Karate Kid 1. Stumbling around.
Oh my god. What a throwback. Alright, give us the recap.
Well,
Kevin.
yeah, as I was saying, they recapped it. And it was focused on, what's his name? John Kreese? Creasy?
Yes.
Whatever his name is. The Cobra Kai...
His experience.
what's his name? What are they? Sensei.
Sensei.
And they recap what happened to when he nearly killed, what's his name? Danny?
Yeah, so they...
No, not Danny.
No.
What's his name?
Isn't his name also Johnny? Is it John Kreese is the sensei, and then Johnny is the...
I don't know. The blonde kid. Whatever.
I think his name is Johnny.
I don't know.
It
Who cares?
was such a
Who
long
cares?
time
Let's
ago.
move on.
So they show when Miyagi and Daniel first go to the dojo,
Yeah.
and
then
they get challenged to the fight. Then they
And
show
then-
the fight itself. Then they showed the assault,
the choking.
the physical assault in the car park.
And then they start the movie with him looking really disheveled.
Yeah.
and going into Cobra Kai, the dojo, and no one's there, and he's got like...
Bills to pay.
I thought I was recapping this. You
Sorry.
really want to get rid of this movie.
Oh, no. It's
Anyway,
great. He's got bills to pay. We have to keep it.
He's going into the let's be honest, you know, like he's down in the dumps, he's got no students left because he freaking assaulted them.
Yeah, he thinks it's because he lost the karate... Well, he came second in the karate competition to Daniel. But
This is the thing, though. This karate, it's not even international or national. It's what, All Valley?
yeah.
Which means it's the valley area of California.
Yeah.
It's not even the whole state.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Anyway, like, this guy's, like, you know, thrown his life away because of one local competition.
Well, they do specifically flash back to Mr. Miyagi's line at the beginning of the second one when Daniel's like, "Why didn't you commit homicide?" Mr. Miyagi says, "A person with no forgiveness in heart living even worse punishment than death." That's the exact quote. And then we start with Sensei Kreese walking around in his worse punishment than death.
And then, for some reason, he goes into this mansion. Do we know why he went to the mansion? He got a phone call? I don't know, I missed it.
Okay, before we go any further, I have to talk, like, he goes into the dojo. He's got bills to pay. He throws them in the bin. I swear that's a song. Whatever. Then he goes into his office. You know, it hasn't been kept well. It's falling apart. He's got messages on his machine. He presses play. Do you want to take it from here? The first message is from the All Valley Karate Competition.
I don't even think that deserves mentioning now because it's just him. Like, yeah, he's lost all karate life. Let's put it there.
The thing that upsets me... Oh my god, I'm arguing against it all.
No, you can talk. You can do all the work for me. I'm fine with that because I've won. I've won this argument.
Yeah, no, I don't quit yet.
I'm
but
just gonna chill here. Tell me how shit this film is.
Okay, the karate competition leave a message on his machine like, "Oh hey man, Sensei, it really unfortunate news. You haven't paid your karate competition bills because you're poor now because all of your students have left you. So unfortunately, you can't enter the competition this year because you haven't paid your bills." Mate, this guy assaulted a bunch of people in the car park, like fully assaulted a bunch of minors and made racial slurs.
Katie,
and they're like,
Katie,
that's fine.
You're questioning the integrity of this shitty competition. They encourage foul play. They encourage, like, trash talking between 1 and 3. We're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
So why are you questioning their ways of asking him to pay the bill?
Oh.
They're running a shitty show. Like, why are you surprised that hey, you just assaulted a kid, but
that's
more
fine.
importantly, you haven't paid your membership. So why are you questioning it? Like, we spent 5 minutes on that point.
Oh.
Like, that's not the worst part of this movie. Who gives a shit about that?
Yeah.
I'm saying shit because that's just the word to describe this film.
Yeah.
I really feel like I wasted 2 hours of my life.
Now I'm gonna have to, like, edit all the beepy sounds in.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
Anyway, he doesn't go to the rich guy's mansion. He calls him and he's like, "My karate life is done, man. Something. Yeah, I'm just gonna go make money elsewhere and I'll pay you back." And they're on the phone.
I'm getting fired up because it's like all of these little things in between. It's just like, why am I wasting my time talking about this film?
So random.
So Terry Silver, this rich dude that he
Yeah.
rings, he goes to his mansion with his bag. Like, Kreese goes in with his bag. I don't know why he
that's
goes with his
right.
bag to say, "I quit karate."
Because he's leaving. He's leaving to go somewhere else and get a job somewhere else.
Well, he's going on his way. Whatever. This rich guy is practicing his karate. He's got his, like, poor man Steven Seagal, poorer man Steven Seagal ponytail.
Yeah, and he's on the phone complaining about how he can't dump nuclear waste anywhere anymore. He's got to dump it in specific locations. Fantastic.
That's the wrong part.
No, that's the first part. The second part is the chloride sludge, according to my notes.
Oh, who cares? Who
He just
cares?
likes
I'm really
dumping-
getting really fired up talking about this film.
This is
And you're still trying to protect it. You know it's shit.
okay, Terry Silver's a bad
This
guy.
is probably the most heated episode because it's so terrible,
This
this
is
film.
meant to be slightly funny, this podcast. We need
No.
to find the humour.
Find the humour. I wasted my time. That's the humour. Everyone's laughing at me for watching this film.
So he talks to Mr. Silver.
And then Mr. Silver's like, I just bought 10 new studios or dojos. Rah, 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 rah. Like, bro, go to Tahiti.
Yeah. No,
Why?
That's not.
Why is he going to Tahiti?
That's not Kevin telling Mr. Silver to go to Tahiti. That's Mr. Silver sending Sensei Kreese to Tahiti for no reason. He's just like, man, I'm buying 10 studios, you go to Tahiti.
Yeah, take a break. And then I'll deal with this, you know,
Everyone-
below middle class Japanese man. Like,
Oh,
he's gonna, like, this multimillionaire trying to ruin these two people's lives.
yeah. He literally says to his secretary, clear my schedule. For the next 3 weeks, my focus is on revenge. Fabulous. Everyone knows, Kevin. Everyone knows. Here we go. I'll try and defend this movie.
Don't.
Everyone knows that if you
Your
own,
genuineness is not coming out with your defending.
if you own a business, like for example a karate studio, and it's failing because you have no clients, the best way to fix that situation is to buy 10 more, because more studios, more students. That's definitely how it works. It's not about filling up the first one first. It's about just
That's alright.
filling
He
the
went to
city.
Tahiti. He's gonna be fine. He's getting massaged by two girls dressed in, like, island clothes.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh.
While Kreese is half naked on the bed with his, like, phone in his hand.
Was
and
he in the
his drink.
spa?
No,
don't-
he's by the beach.
No. Silver. Like, is he calling him from?
I don't know.
like, in a
I don't know. I
bathtub?
couldn't really give a crap. Like, you know, I'm not setting the scene for everyone because I'm just wasting my own brain energy thinking about how bad this movie was.
To summarize, Kreese is destitute. All of his students have left him, not because of physical assault, but because Daniel beat him. He goes to his mate Silver, is like, Daniel beat me, I am impoverished, I'm gonna go get a real job. And Silver's like, nah mate, you looked after me in Vietnam, so I'm gonna look after you now. Go to Tahiti, I'll buy 10 dojos, and I'll get revenge on Daniel and Mr. Miyagi for you. That's where we're at.
And then he drops him off at the airport, and conveniently enough, Mr. Miyagi and Daniel-san just arrives back from Japan.
Yeah, from Okinawa. Oh, so, yeah, 2 months have passed.
Anyway, so that happens. Daniel was supposed to go to college. He rocked up. He didn't want to go. So somehow he gets a lease for a pretty big property to run a bonsai business.
Yes. Before we talk about this, do we want to talk about Mum at all?
I think, no, that's a waste of time. Mum forgot to pick them up because Daniel gave her the wrong date.
And you're like, oh, this actress isn't coming back. And then they get back to the apartments and the apartments are being torn down. And you're like, oh, this actress really isn't coming back. And then we get a message from the neighbor, the elderly neighbor, who's like, oh, your mum's gone to take care of your uncle who's 70 years old and has developed emphysema. And we're like, oh, the mum's really not coming back. And then she phones Daniel and then the actress is back.
Yeah, fun fact.
Like, they make that so complicated. They could've
What?
just-
They make... that part makes this film complicated.
Yeah.
That's what you got out of it. Oh, I forgot what I was saying.
Daniel went and bought a bonsai tree shop.
No, he leased it. He
Yes.
got a lease.
He used his
A
college
kid
money.
who literally just dropped out, a college dropout, within a day gets approved for a lease using his college fund that Mr. Miyagi helped save up.
Save up, win in a gambling competition.
Yeah, save up.
Man, the more I reflect,
Why? Yeah, the more
more-
it's like, why are we talking about this film?
the more Mr. Miyagi is kind of sketchy.
Didn't I say that the first one? Keep that silence between us because I just gave you a look.
Yeah, like he enters Daniel in gambling competitions. He lies. He steals.
He throws a bloody crane hook
Oh yeah.
in number 2. Anyway, why? Like, this is me scratching my head in frustration. Can you hear that?
Back to Silver, who's dumping chloride sludge in Borneo. And
See, this is the thing. It's just this dude with a ponytail talking about how much of a villain he is.
Yeah, it is.
It's not even subtle, you know, like, he's purposely being a shithead.
and he has a smile
to
like
prove
the
that he's a
Joker.
villain. Like, that's not how you make a villain. It's like the director's just spoon feeding the crowd, or the audience, I should say, that this guy's the villain, guys.
Interesting.
Don't fall for his shit.
Interesting thing that it has only just occurred to me is that this film franchise came out in the 1980s, right? I wonder if it was a very purposeful choice. Like, I'm just falling into a sad space right now. But I'm wondering if it was a purposeful choice to make like the two overarching villains like Vietnam veterans. Like, because if so, that's really messed up.
What, because they're racist?
Well, also the racism is really messed up, but like the targeting of Vietnam veterans.
I didn't realize they had bloody time to do karate while they were fighting in Vietnam.
Yeah, didn't you see the photo on the wall in the first one?
That's the joke.
Oh.
Why do they have time? Well, they're fighting a war.
Karate can be more effective than napalm. No. Oh my god. That was the worst joke I've ever made. Oh, Kevin, say something.
No, I was gonna... Hopefully they can feel the glare of my eyes through an audio format.
So Silver's reading a karate magazine and he finds Karate's bad boy.
I forgot his name.
I've forgotten his name. Let's just call him Karate's bad boy.
See, this is the thing. Like, I'm trying to think about chronologically what's happening.
Yeah.
But
I'll keep you on track because I did take notes, but this film was all over the place. So he finds the bad boy and he makes a deal with him.
he makes a deal saying, beat this guy and I'll give you some money.
It's 25% of the 10 dojos I've just opened.
See, that doesn't even make sense. 25% of what? Owning it or the revenue?
I was like trying to do the maths on this and was wondering, is it better to own 25% of 10 karate dojos that are failing? Or is it better to own like 100% of 2 of those dojos and just make your own franchise?
Well, but he's using the name.
Yeah, but the name Cobra Kai means nothing because Daniel beat them.
Oh, spoiler.
No. In the first one. That's the whole reason why they're seeking revenge.
So anyway, this guy negotiates 50% and
Yeah.
Terry Silver takes the deal.
Yeah. Oh, God. No, never mind. Let's move on from
Yeah,
this stupid deal.
Stop stalling me. Stop stalling
So
me.
he owns 50%
we're giving too
of
much
10.
light to this stupid ass movie. I'm getting so frustrated.
I feel like we're making... Our listeners have turned off. They're like, why? Why do we listen to this podcast? Everyone's just angry all the time. Anyway... Then, Daniel is reading up on the rules for the karate competition because he's like, oh...
Didn't know Daniel can read.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he's like, oh, I won last time. We should enter again. And Mr. Miyagi's like, no, karate's for defense only. You can't enter again. And then there's a new rule this year. Daniel's very excited about it. Care to share the new rule, Kev?
The champion doesn't get to fight until the end.
If you're the defending champion, you go straight to the final. What is that rule?
Yeah, apparently it's bloody the Elite Four in Pokemon. It's like, you stay there, you're the champ. Let everyone else try to beat you.
Which seems like even more of a disadvantage in karate because, like, if you're going up against the defending champ and you've already fought like 6 fights that day and you're all bruised and battered and they're coming in fresh. Ugh. But then there's the opposite. What if you're the defending champ and you just haven't done anything for a year?
You're questioning the integrity of this competition again.
Yeah. Maybe we should just throw out the All Valley Karate competition.
What if we throw out the whole series?
Oh. You know what? This film might have single-handedly convinced me.
Anyway, so Daniel doesn't want to do it because Mr. Miyagi told him not to.
Yeah.
And then...
Silver comes. He arrives from Korea, allegedly. Remember when he goes into Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah. You can recap it.
No,
Recap it. Recap it. I'll jump in.
Oh, no.
Dwell in your own sorrow that you know you've been defeated.
While Sensei Kreese is in Tahiti getting massaged, Silver tries to befriend Daniel. And he starts this by arriving, like, just rocking into Mr. Miyagi's backyard. Like, that's normal. Doesn't knock. Just comes straight in. Bows, like, 17 times. And is like, hello, I've just arrived from Korea. John Kreese is from the same dojo as me. And my sensei is very disappointed in him and his behavior. I've come from Korea to apologize.
You know what they have in Korea? Taekwondo, not karate. Yeah, they have karate over there. But why would you use Korea? Anyway, go on.
Then he's like, by the way, John Kreese is dead. Don't know why he said that. Like,
I don't know why Mr. Miyagi needed to know that.
that John Kreese was
Yeah.
dead. Yes.
He doesn't... They're not friends.
No, they're not.
It's like, let's say I went and played golf. Played one round with this dude who just happened to be there.
And was also
And then
a racist jerk.
6 months later, someone comes to my house and goes, so-and-so died. Like, yeah, like, oh, sad. But who? You know what I mean? Like, the history is not there.
Also, again, racist jerk. I'm not saying that that's an excuse to, like, be happy that someone's dead, but also, like, why? Oh, my God. Anyway, then I think in your words, Kevin, you would say that Silver grooms Daniel.
I wouldn't say groom.
That's what you said.
That's Mr. Miyagi.
No, don't go back to this. Mr. Miyagi and Daniel are friends.
It's more of seduction, really. That,
What?
well, he enticed him with all these things that
Oh, I
Mr.
thought you were talking
Miyagi
about
doesn't
Mr.
have.
Miyagi. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see that.
Oh man, how many beers have you had? It's like you're just drinking, like you're really, literally just like, no, I was wrong. For 28 years, I thought this movie was amazing.
The funny thing is, okay, to be honest with you, I actually did remember hating this film. I've only seen this film once before today. It came in my triple pack. I'd never seen it when I bought the triple pack. I watched it once, immediately hated it as like a 15-year-old. Never watched it again until this day. Confirmed. Still hate it. But it's great. Let's keep it. No, it's not working.
You're not convincing yourself.
I know.
Anyway,
Very sad day.
Bonsai Tree shop. It's.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a dingy old shed
Yep.
with leaks on the roof.
Yep.
And
It's on the other side of the tracks. Literally. And metaphorically.
Go on.
That's it. You gonna talk about Pottery Girl?
Oh, I feel like we should.
Okay.
I feel like you have a lot to say about this film. You're waiting to pounce.
No.
Do my work for me.
No.
Do my work for
I
me.
don't want to. It's painful. It hurts me. And we're sitting directly beside all the DVDs today.
Yeah.
Like, they're close enough that I can stroke them gently as we do this podcast and know that I'm about to lose 3.
Yeah, just like Silver did to Daniel.
Oh, God. You make it sound like pedophilia or something. Daniel's like an adult man.
Well, it's seduction. I told you, it's seduction. It's not grooming, it's seduction.
Okay.
Where am I? Bonsai tree shop.
Bonsai shop.
You know, Daniel meets this girl across the road who makes pottery.
Very convenient.
To ask her to make pots for the trees, obviously. And
Yep.
this girl is obviously the love interest, who doesn't end up being a love interest because she's got a boyfriend.
Yeah, instantly
But
admits it.
but she like keeps hanging out with Daniel anyway, leading him on. Anyway,
I don't think she's leading him on. I think Daniel
No, actually, yeah.
perseveres
No, that's right.
despite-
Daniel's just an idiot.
Oh my God.
He doesn't know boundaries.
Yeah.
So, sorry about, trash talking this girl, but yeah, Daniel doesn't know boundaries. Anyway, so every time they go on a date, quotation marks,
Yeah.
for some bizarre reason, Daniel keeps taking her to the dingy shed.
Well, they go other places too.
Yeah, but where's all the events happened? In the dingy shed. Because Karate's bad boy ends up going there, threatening Daniel to sign his application form.
Well, don't forget, he takes all the karate goons with him.
Yeah, like all these shits walking around with him.
I think it's 1 hour and 15 minutes of this film is
Of
Daniel...
just this guy chasing Daniel around. Just sign the contract! Sign the contract!
It's not even a contract, it's an application form to compete
It's
in
like
the All
Daniel-
Valley... So, okay, long story short, because I don't think we explained this properly.
Who cares? Who cares? Oh my god.
Karate's bad boy only gets 50% of 10 dojos if he beats Daniel at the All Valley Karate Championship. Daniel doesn't want to compete because Mr. Miyagi has said no. So he's like, nah, not going to do it. So like an hour and 15 minutes of this film is karate goons chasing Daniel around trying to get him to sign the sign-up sheet for this competition, which is just ludicrous. It is so much time of these karate
You know what's
goons being
ludicrous?
like, sign your name, enter the competition.
So
We want
you
to beat
do my
you.
work for me.
Oh,
you do my
God.
work for me.
This film is killing me.
Good.
It's killing me. I said I was going to fight for
I
it.
missed out on breakfast. I was gonna cook eggs.
Yeah.
Now it's like lunchtime.
Maybe it's brunch. That's kind of nice.
I'm cooking my eggs for myself now. You put me through this pain.
Oh, no. I want eggs too.
That's too bad. Cook your own eggs.
What if we put some chorizo in it?
I'll put chorizo in mine. You can watch Karate Kid 1 and 2 again.
Oh, God. It hurts. Anyway, yeah, the karate goons come to the shed.
And then they just bully Daniel, and one stage kicks the girl right in the freaking stomach.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And then they keep going on, they keep hanging out. If I was this girl,
Yeah.
I would just go, look, you know what? You put me through danger. I'm not going to hang out with you. But no, she keeps hanging out.
Yeah, despite these karate goons being everywhere.
Anyway, Daniel's trained, like, you know, he decided to do it because, he got threatened several times.
Because the bonsai incident.
Oh, the bonsai, stupid bonsai incident. There's a big ass cliff near the ocean where apparently Mr. Miyagi has been growing this bonsai tree for a very long time.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how he got it through customs, to be honest. Because he bought it from Okinawa, didn't he?
Well, that's the thing you question? That's the thing you question? This bonsai tree is apparently worth $10,000.
Or more.
And Mr. Miyagi planted it on a cliff face.
Yeah, so that no one can
One,
get it.
how did he get there?
He's very nimble.
And two, he's very specific in how he planted it because the sun just hits it perfectly
Yeah.
for it to grow. Anyway, Daniel decided to climb down this stupid cliff face.
This is after he was accosted by the karate goons in the shack. Because the shack got destroyed, the bonsai trees got stolen, and he was like, we got no money left. All my college funds are gone. So I'm going to steal Mr. Miyagi's precious bonsai tree that's growing in the wild and sell it. To quote Daniel, he says, it's worth $10,000. This one bonsai tree could set Mr. Miyagi up for life. No, Daniel.
For life, yeah. Mr.
No.
Miyagi's probably got 15, 20 years left after dealing with Daniel's bullshit. So yeah, for life, probably.
That's like $1,000 a year. That's nothing.
Have you seen how he lived?
Yeah, that's true.
It's alright, his marijuana, you know.
Oh god, no, not back on that.
I can tell that you're trying to protect this film because, like, you're going, but this, but that. You know you've lost.
It's so half-hearted. Like, I actually hate this movie.
It's like, you know, you're playing basketball, your team's down by 30 in the third quarter, and your best player is injured, and you have 5 players left with no subs.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do, and you're still playing. Good on you. Good on you for trying.
This is my Black Beauty. Remember last season when you were like, Black Beauty, no, we're keeping this one. Karate Kid 3, my Black Beauty.
You know what? I would defend Black Beauty over this piece of crap.
Oh, 100%.
There we go. Answer solved. Thanks for listening, guys.
Oh, no. We have to finish recapping for the people who haven't seen it. Tell them about the bonsai incident.
Well, they abseiled down this cliff face because
Yeah.
apparently this girl's an expert.
Yeah. Pottery and abseiling. They go hand in hand.
They successfully retrieved this tree.
After she says, I didn't know it was this steep. What? It's a cliff face.
How else do you abseil? Horizontally?
Oh my god. She's just running along with a rope.
She's just
like,
jumping down. Jumping back, I should say, not down. Anyway. So they get this tree and on their way up.
no, wait. First, you've got to talk about the fact that she's the expert abseiler, and right at the moment when Daniel has the tree in his hand, she doesn't even fall. She just, like, flicks backwards and is like, rah, rah, I'm falling. And then Daniel drops the bonsai tree. And he starts panicking because it's in the salt water of the ocean. And so they go down to the bottom. And then the cave that they're in is filling with water. They're going to drown everyone. It's high stakes. And then, who should appear?
No, who?
The
Tell me who.
karate goons. The karate goons come.
Yeah, and then?
And they cut the rope. Oh my god. Like, I'm trying to imagine the writing room.
You know what?
Like,
You know what you're trying to do here. You're trying to recap this film because you think that's defending it, and then as soon as you start recapping it, like 2-3 sentences into your recap, you go, "Oh God, how terrible is this
Like,
film?"
I'm just trying to imagine the writing room. Like, I'm just trying to, like, they're like, oh, I've got this great idea. Mr. Miyagi, he's planted a bonsai tree. It's halfway down a cliff. They abseil down to get it. oh my goodness, they've got it. But then she falls, and they fall to the bottom of the cave, and the bonsai tree's got salt water on it, and the cave starts filling with water, and then the karate goons come. Who thinks of this? Like, who?
A crackhead.
No. Okay.
Probably Mr. Miyagi's customers.
Carry on with your recap.
Oh, I thought it was your recap.
No, it's not. It's great writing. 10 out of 10.
Don't fool yourself.
Nominate it for an Oscar today.
Don't fool yourself. You're embarrassing yourself just like this movie did.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
I literally have the high ground now. Well, the goons did. So the goons cut the rope, or whatever they did. I don't even give a crap. So they're like, help, help, help.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you have to sign the bloody application. So these guys are willing to commit murder just for a piece of paper. So they pull them up.
It would have been easier to forge his signature, really, than trap him in a cave with a bonsai tree as it fills with water. Like, why didn't they just forge his name?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
Are you saying how bad this film is?
And I feel like fraud probably is a lesser punishment than attempted murder.
Oh, you reckon?
Look, I'm not a very criminally minded person, but if I were, I don't know.
You're also not a good defense lawyer right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Lucky I didn't become a lawyer.
Thank God for that.
Can you imagine me up on the stand? Like, yeah, look,
Yeah, Terry Silver will be still throwing
guy-
chloride sludge.
he's a jerk. Put him in prison. Like, that would be me. I'd be terrible at that job.
Anyway, they climb up, and then at the edge of the cliff, Snake.
The director's son. Come on, give him some credit, I believe. They have the same last name. I didn't look at the trivia. Oh! No, finish this.
No. Go ahead.
Turns out, remember back when I stated Karate Kid is like Rocky for children, and Kevin was like, Rocky's amazing. Same director. Didn't even know until today. Amazing. Same director, Rocky and Karate Kid.
But did the director write the film?
No.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that's my
no,
main
sorry, what?
argument.
Yeah?
Karate
Yeah, what?
Kid 1 to 3, just as good as Rocky 1 and Rocky 5. Because same director.
Don't you dare. Like, Rocky 5 was crap, but not as crap as this film.
Can you excuse the Rocky franchise for Rocky 5? Then
What?
surely you can excuse the Karate Kid
There's 5 of them.
franchise for Rocky
And
3.
it's in the tail end, before Rocky Balboa.
Uh-huh.
So people usually forget.
What about Rocky 4?
What's wrong with Rocky 4?
I don't know. I don't remember. What happens in each film?
Why are we recapping Rocky? You're like, you're now trying to derail.
Oh, I have no other options.
Good.
Anyway, one of the karate goons is possibly related to the director. I think son. I could be wrong. I'm making assumptions.
So, like, they're at the cliff face, and he's like, wait, before we pull you up,
Yeah.
even though they're already at the edge.
Yeah.
So if they don't pull them up, they'll literally die. They're like, show us the form. It's like, show us your ID.
Oh, God. Yep.
And then they were like, oh, also, give us a tree.
Yeah.
And then bad boy karate boy
Yeah.
snaps the tree in half. And then Daniel's like, oh, effed up.
Yeah.
Effed up. And then he takes it to he takes the tree to Mr. Miyagi.
He is in a state. He does feel genuine remorse.
Does he?
For harming the tree.
He feels bad because he's in trouble, not
Yeah.
remorseful.
You think?
He didn't feel bad.
Mr. Miyagi acts
He
like-
knows that he's gonna be beaten up by Mr. Miyagi emotionally.
Yeah, I was going to say... Mr.
Not
Miyagi's
because he
never
felt
hurt
bad
him.
for Mr. Miyagi. He felt bad for himself.
Mr. Miyagi acts like an ER surgeon with that tree. Like, he's like, give me the bullet.
What's
Give me the
$10,000 on the line?
He just Oh, no, I won't spoil the ending.
What?
No, it's fine. Spoilers.
Who cares? They win. Oh, what a surprise!
Alright, anyway, Mr. Miyagi does his
And then
emergency...
while he's doing the
Operation.
emergency operation, Daniel drops the bombs like, I'm doing the thing, I'm doing the competition, blah 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 blah. You know, I'm trying to protect us.
Yeah.
All this crap. And then Mr. Miyagi won't train him, so he goes to Terry Silver.
Yeah. Terry Silver seems like a nice dude. He's come in from Korea. He's, definitely
He doesn't even
not
change his name.
dumping toxic waste. Yeah,
Like, if someone's, frequently dumping toxic waste everywhere, being like, a James Bond villain
Yeah.
in a Karate Kid movie.
Yeah.
It's like he'll be in the news, but nah. Oh, sorry, we're talking about Daniel San
He
here.
probably
He's
doesn't
an idiot.
read the news, and the internet doesn't exist yet. That was an
Um,
into his defense moment, just so you know.
Daniel gets trained by Terry with a complete opposite of Mr. Miyagi's philosophies of peaceful, defense. It's more
Yeah.
offense, and he's bashing up this wooden dummy.
Yeah. Mr.
With-
Miyagi, the first rule of karate is
What? Don't talk about Karate Kid.
it's only for defense. The second rule of karate is refer to the first rule, only for defense. This guy has a two...
If he can't stand up, you can't fight. If he can't breathe, you can't fight. If he can't see, you can't fight.
Those are the three rules. It's called the Quicksilver method. Don't ask me why, he doesn't explain it, but apparently it's like a 3-rule, 2-step program. I don't know. It's very complex for what it is. It's just like make sure the person can't see, breathe, or stand, and you're good to go. That's his philosophy.
It's basically him getting Daniel into the dark side. This is like Star Wars.
It is.
A really shit version of Star Wars with a poor man Steven Seagal. We got poor man Steven Seagal and poor man David Hasselhoff teaming up.
Oh gosh. Oh, yeah. I have in my notes. Daniel abuses himself.
Yeah. And then Mr. Miyagi, he goes home and Mr. Miyagi cures him of all his ailments from his injuries.
Yeah. Silver's training technique, because when they made the deal at the beginning where Kreese was like, I'm going away to get a real job. And Silver's like, nah, man, just go to Tahiti. I've got your revenge covered. They make a deal. Like, Kreese is like, oh, cool, you gonna get my revenge done? Yeah. All right, cool. Well, just make sure his knuckles bleed. Like, that's a whole thing. He's like, just make sure his knuckles bleed because Kreese's knuckles bled in the second film. And so Silver somehow convinces Daniel to beat up this wooden mannequin thing. And
Yeah, because Daniel's an idiot.
yeah.
He's got no common sense.
So Daniel's like feet get bruised and his elbows get bruised and his knuckles bleed and he just keeps fighting a piece of wood because
He's an idiot.
yeah. I thought there was like a pun in there, like, wouldn't you? But no, it's terrible. Forget it. Move on. Daniel abuses himself. No pun.
Yep. And then they keep training, and then his relationship with Miss Miyagi gets strained.
Yeah, communication breaks down.
And then he keeps dating this girl that wouldn't date him, but she's already got a boyfriend. So she basically said no. Let's hang out as friends. So he's pushing the line of consent there. Anyway, they go on to the disco, and Terry Silver just follows him, and he's got this.
Terry Silver's already there. Like, he comes in the disco. Terry Silver is hiding behind that pole.
Yeah, keep defending this movie.
No.
Oh wait, no, that's not defending.
No, it's not. Why is he already there? Why do the Karate Goons always know where they are?
It's like I said, it's a small town with a small karate competition.
It's California. Okay, no, I'm taking this too hard. Like, I just need to calm down.
I've done my job here. Anyway, Terry Silver's got this seedy thing where, like, he looks at Daniel and then he rolls and he puts his back against the wall and starts laughing like a villain. Well,
Yeah.
he is a villain. So he goes to the disco and then he pays this dude to hit on the girl. Rah, 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 rah. Daniel gets annoyed because it's not even his girlfriend, but they're together.
Yeah.
But one of the techniques that Silver proposed Daniel do during the fight is break their nose, make them bleed, make them choke on their blood.
And make them cry from their eyeballs so they can't see.
Well, that's a given if you get punched in the freaking nose, isn't it? So this guy kept hitting on this girl, and then Daniel does the thing. So,
The thing is punching him in the nose.
Yep. So he's got blood all over his shirt. He goes home to Mr. Miyagi. Goes, I can't believe I just did this. I'm gonna say, take me back, rah rah rah, and all this.
Mr. Miyagi.
I'm gonna focus on the bonsai shop. I'm gonna cancel my subscription to Terry Silver's Quicksilver Steps. I'm gonna go do it right now in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. Can I say in the middle of the night?
Well,
So he runs.
He only comes to all of these realizations because of Mr. Miyagi's
Mr.
lesson.
Magoo. That's what you were about to say.
No. Mr. Miyagi's lesson. Remember, Kevin, you predicted the lesson before it happened.
What?
With the bonsai tree.
Don't be an idiot.
No. The lesson was that the roots of the bonsai tree are strong, Daniel. Just like your roots are strong, Daniel.
Is it? His roots only just happened in the last 2 movies.
And it's only been a year, really. Like, that's the span of the 3
Yep.
films. 1 year.
Kid never lived. Anyway, so he runs to the dojo in the middle of the night.
Very important to deal with this right here, right now.
Yep.
Mr. Miyagi does offer to come. Mr. Miyagi's like, do you need help with this? Daniel's like, no, I got this. I am a bonsai tree. I am strong. Nah, he says, I got myself into this. I'll get myself out.
Yeah. So Terry Silver's there in his karate get up. And then reveals his grand scheme of things. And John Kreese is still alive.
And so is the bad boy of karate.
Yeah, they're all in it together. They laugh at Daniel and they try to bash him.
He gets bashed right out the front door.
And
See you
then
later,
Mr.
Daniel.
Miyagi rocks up.
Oh my god. No, continue with
No,
this.
what?
We
What?
forgot the best fight. Remember the Shaq fight? Where Mr. Miyagi kicked that kid so hard that he flew through the air and like landed in a convertible car, and then the car did
Oh, yeah,
like
kicked him right on the
burnouts.
curb. Yep. It's like nothing happened.
He like flew through the air. Oh god. Anyway.
Yeah, you're giving up.
Oh, I have. Oh. All right. Continue.
It's like you just lost like the lotto by one number that you thought that you should have put down and you didn't.
I promised. So I promised.
You
right
like
at
you
the
have a
beginning.
beer in your hand, you have your face in your palm. Wow.
Yeah. To quote Mr. Silver,
You turn to John Kreese.
extreme situations require extreme measures.
So Mr. Miyagi rocks up, beats them all up,
Yeah.
and then changes his mind. So I'm gonna train you. We're gonna join this competition. We're gonna,
At this point in the film, I paused it because I was like, what in the world is going on? There was 15 minutes left. And we were like an hour and 30 minutes deep. And I was like, Mr. Miyagi's going to train him 15 minutes before the disc is going to finish. So we're not, the credits are included in that 15 minutes.
The training has been the last 2 movies.
Oh my
It's all been leading up to
goodness.
this shit ending.
Oh.
Anyway, so
They
they train and they kind of try to put the contrast and the juxtapose the
Training styles.
yeah.
John G. Alvidson gets his Rocky montage.
Who's that? The director.
Yes.
Who cares? Whatever.
But it's the director of one
Who
of your favourite
cares?
films.
Rocky 5.
No, Rocky. He also directed Rocky 1.
No. Sylvester Stallone made that movie happen.
Okay.
He just needed a director to prove that he can make the film.
What have I learned about 10 films I hate about you? Don't attack Rocky. Whatever you do.
Don't compare movies to actual decent ones. That's the lesson of this podcast.
Not my roots are strong like a bonsai tree. Or don't abseil down cliffs to rescue bonsai trees
man.
when hired karate goons
So
are
they
following you around.
train. The girl disappears. She's gone back to her boyfriend.
Yeah. No, literally she did. She went
She
back
wasn't in
to...
a competition or anything. And mom hasn't been told about all these assault happening in the...
I don't think Mum's been told about the fight to the death in Okinawa either. In a way, kind of negligent. She hasn't seen her son for months.
Oh, you think negligent? She leaves her kid, in the care of an apartment, I wouldn't say caretaker, but repairman who sells, quotation marks, bonsai trees
He doesn't
for a
even sell them.
living.
He's giving them away for free.
Yeah, that's how you get people into drugs.
Oh, no.
Try this out, man. It's really good.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, they go into the battle.
The battle.
Their strategy is make this kid suffer, make this fight go as long as possible by getting points off yourself.
Yeah. Well, actually, they were like, you take a point, then give him a point. Then you take a point, then give him a point. Good news about the All Valley karate competition. They hired the same referee. So that's nice. He's got ongoing employment. I don't, I don't know what else to argue. Hey, so now I'm arguing in favor of the ongoing employment of karate referees.
So now Terry Silver's real identity's been revealed. He's now sponsoring the competition or whatever. Who cares? Seriously, who cares?
Look, I missed that part. I was too distracted. I was trying to figure out what the graphic organizer on the back wall meant. Because it's like they had their competition that went down to a finals that got a winner. And then that winner is versing last year's winner to find another winner. It was very confusing the way they laid it out. But then the winner versus winner section had like...
So your attention wasn't in the movie because the movie's so shit. There we go. There's the argument.
No. Oh, I should just give up. No, let's get to the end. What happens?
So they fight. Daniel-san gets beat into a pulp. No, not to a pulp, but he might as well have been. It would have been a better movie if he did.
It's bad. It's like the guy hits him and gets a point. Then the guy hits him illegally in like the man parts, minus a point. Hits him again, gets a point. Hits him in the nose, minus a point. That just keeps happening. Like Daniel is getting wrecked. Like it's a beatdown. It is a total beatdown.
And then he wins.
Yeah, we go to overtime, and then Daniel gets like one good...
That's the end. That's literally the end. He wins, they hug. John Kreese threatens a crowd member. That's it. Game over. The end.
Oh.
That's part 3. God. Oh, that didn't deserve that long.
No. Maybe people will abandon our podcast now. Why is this on my shelf?
I don't blame them.
I don't even know. It's got to go. But I want to keep 2 and 1. What do we do?
Just buy them separately. It's probably $2 for both.
True. But then that actually takes up more space than owning all 3.
I've got to give it to the series. This makes number 1 look like an Oscar-nominated film.
Yeah. It was not good.
Number 2 was just a racial comedy of errors.
Oh, God.
And this is just plain awful.
I did have a conversation with Kevin off mic, and I feel like it's appropriate for me to bring it up now. The thing that I really hate about this film in particular is that there's not constant, it probably comes up 5 times, but there's racial slurs towards Mr. Miyagi. And in the end, when the bad guys are brought down...
It's not resolved.
It's not.
See,
it really isn't. It's just like, oh, he won the karate comp. But racism is okay. It's weird.
There's no lesson learned. It's like, hey, don't do that again.
No.
Or like the Terry Silver. There's no cops that rocked up.
No.
There's no, stop polluting the world. And it's the 80s. Like what Daniel said in the first movie. It's the 80s!
He said that in this movie as well. He's like, this is the 80s. I won't stand for this. But everyone apparently is okay with,
What does he call Mr. Miyagi? A slope?
Yeah, constantly. It's like every time they come in contact, it comes up. It comes up more in this film than any of the others, and it's never resolved. And I feel like, this is a PG film, I believe. It's meant for children.
See, that's the thing.
And I feel like children would not be able to acknowledge, okay, he's a bad guy and he's using a racial slur. I feel like they just go, he's a bad guy, he's laughing maniacally.
See,
and they wouldn't connect it with the racial slur. So then there's the potential that they would use the racial slur. And I just, it's not okay.
It's the 80s, it's fine.
No, it's not.
So you get rid of the whole series.
There's no resolution on the racism. It just is...
Was there any resolution to any of the movies?
To be fair, in real life, usually there's no resolution on racism, but I feel like in a children's film, that is...
If you have the platform, you take advantage of it.
It really exists.
But obviously, it's not the...
purpose.
Yeah, it's not the priority of the film.
No.
The priority of the film is to win.
And... if, this is going to sound really bad because it's not a reflection of real life, but if that's the case, I'd rather they leave the racism out of it because they're just being racist to illustrate that he's a bad guy. But we already know he's a bad guy, and being racist, it makes him even worse, but I don't think the racism is obvious enough for a kid to pick up on.
But the thing is, the racism that they use, it's not obvious enough. That means that they probably don't even know that what they're doing is racist.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
Boom.
Oh, God.
Point Kevin-san. Game over.
Yeah. KO, man. Ugh.
She has submitted. She's tapped out. She's down for the count.
So depressing.
I'm so happy. This is my most convincing win.
I agree
And I
wholeheartedly.
took down a whole trilogy.
Oh,
So this is the thing. You introduced this new season and we're like, we're doing trilogies.
I look.
If you take down one, you take down all of them.
I
I'm letting you keep number one.
am prepared to lose this one. I'm prepared to lose another, to be honest. I don't want to give anything away, but I'm prepared to lose another one. But there is one film that I must not lose. I will fight to the death for that thing.
If we say Lord of the Rings, we don't even have to watch it.
We are
We'll
not
keep
watching
it.
Lord of the Rings.
Why not?
That's a silly idea. It's silly.
It's a silly idea not to watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but we would just be sitting here gushing over how great the Lord of the Rings is. Apart from that slow-mo at the end of number 3, which just drives me insane.
What, the hugs?
It's like, no, the ending takes like 25 minutes and I just want to kill
the
it
hugs.
with fire. Like, it's too long.
Sam!
No! Stop! Oh, no.
It's the best part.
Could we keep all of the Lord of the Rings except for from there
No,
on?
how-
Just throw that out.
How else do you know what happens to Frodo
It's
and
way too
Gandalf
sentimental.
and
I want to know, but I don't want to know in slow-mo over like a very long period of time. Anyway, whatever.
Oh, she's arguing against Lord of the Rings, guys.
No, I'm not.
Who's the real villain here?
Oh, God. You've just been listening to 10 Films I Hate About You. Thank you for listening to that very depressing analysis of The Karate Kid 3. I feel like analysis is a very strong word for
I
what
wouldn't
we
say
do.
it's depressing. It's a reality.
That's true.
It was aggressive, I must admit, because it was just, I'm hungry. You've wasted my time.
I'm not even going to make excuses. I just did not
It's a
enjoy
weekend.
myself.
I'm like, what can I do in the weekend? Oh yeah, we can talk about how shit Karate Kid 3 is.
Yeah, and the most bizarre situation about this is I've been binge watching The Handmaid's Tale, and somehow this was more depressing. How is that even possible? I don't know. Anyway, you should support us because we do great things.
She needs more beers.
You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We are there. We are Inconceivable Reviews or Inconceivable Reviews Official. You can also have a look at our website, www.inconceivablereviews.com. It is there that we release reviews on new releases, not things that are 30 years old and
Racist.
yeah.
Unless that's that's what you're into, and we'll probably won't accommodate that.
No, we won't. We definitely won't. Thank you for listening this far. If you've made it, like, you are our favorites, and we will catch you in a fortnight.
Help me.